From many parts of the Church comes the question, what is the motu proprio, summorum pontificum? What is it that the Pope wants to accomplish in promulgating, of his own will, spontaneously, this universal law, which is the motu proprio, summorum pontificum? The Church, for more than 1,000 years, has celebrated the rite which came to be called the Mass of St. Pius V. This rite has certain characteristics, theological, liturgical, and cultural, and has been united to the developing life of the Church in every sense for more than 1,000 years. In the Roman canon, we already find traces of the oldest known manifestations of the celebration of the Eucharist. And furthermore, this rite gave rise to the music of Gregorian chant, the great polyphonic compositions, and the famous masses of great composers like Bach, Beethoven, and Mozart. From this rite came the great cathedrals and the wonders of religious art. This rite brought unity to the faith and became the single expression through which the Church adores God, making present on the altar in an unbloody manner the sacrifice of the cross. Our Catholic faith teaches us that the Holy Mass is the sacrifice of the cross. The ancient rite maintains sacred silence, contemplation, and even more, at the same time, it makes present the Lord Jesus in an expression of rich liturgical beauty as the conqueror of death and sin. The Pope wanted to recover for the entire Church this form of the single Roman rite. There is only one Roman rite. This rite has two forms. An ordinary form, which is the normal form for all Catholics after the reform of the Second Vatican Council, which is indeed a marvelous form. The Council wanted to make the Church a mother who is very close to all, and therefore the Council sought forms to express this closeness. But nevertheless, when the liturgical reforms arrived, after the Council, the older rite was never prohibited. That is why the Holy Father offers, not in an obligatory manner, but still offers to the whole Church this treasure of the more ancient rite, through which the Church may be sanctified. And all this liturgical richness, all this spiritual richness, and all the prayers so well preserved during the centuries, all of this is offered by the Rome of today for all, as a gift for all. It is not a gift merely for the so-called traditionalists. No, it is a gift for the whole Catholic Church. And because it is a gift freely offered that the Holy Father is making, he makes it by means of this marvelous structure of the Church, which comprises the parishes, the priests, and the chaplains in the chapels where the Eucharist is celebrated. And they, by the will of the Vicar of Christ, must accept the petitions and the requests of the faithful who want this Mass, and they must offer it to them. And even if it is not specifically asked for or requested, they should make it available so that everyone may have access to this treasure of the ancient liturgy of the Church. This is the primordial goal of the motu proprio, a spiritual and theological richness. But at the same time, it opens our arms to our brothers who are at present separated to a degree, but not totally. They are distanced to a degree, but not totally from the Church because of the new rite. The Holy Father, in this way, offers them the possibility of full communion because he guarantees that this is not an indult. It is not permission for something that is not considered to be good in itself. It is the offer of a treasure to all, so that they can continue to celebrate the Mass in a worthy manner, as has been done for centuries, through the extraordinary form of the Roman Rite. The Holy Father wants this form of the Mass to become a normal one in the parishes, so that in this way, young communities can also become familiar with this rite. It is a summons to unity in the Church, so that all brothers may come to celebrate the one Eucharist in these two forms, ordinary and extraordinary. The great, the exalted sacrifice of the Holy Mass, the same sacrifice as that of Golgotha, but without the physical shedding of the blood of Christ, although many times hallowed by the blood of the martyrs. I am very happy to see this instructional video that has been created to instruct priests, and not only priests, but the faithful as well, who for so long a time have known only the new rite, in order to familiarize them with this form of the Roman rite. This video has been created to prepare priests, so that they can celebrate the Mass in a worthy, holy manner, with piety, with love, in a manner that is in accord with its particular requirements. Also to give priests a familiarity with Latin, so that they may come to understand the words that they are saying. It does not need to be an absolute knowledge of the Latin language, but it must be at least a knowledge of the words of the rite, so that by studying translations one can see the meaning of the words pronounced during the rite of Holy Mass. Therefore, this initiative is welcome, and I, as President of the Pontifical Commission Ecclesiae Dei in Rome, with the cardinals who are members, the consultants, and the personnel whose work is dedicated to these programs, thank Mother Angelica and all those who have assisted in this project for the efforts they are making to assist priests in offering more worthily to all in the Catholic Church this treasure of the older rite. Thank you.